University of South Dakota, head men's basketball coach Eric Peterson, student athletes Cruz Barrow Hunt and Tassos Tomateros. We'll do our normal format of an opening statement with a coach. We'll go to questions for the student athletes. We'll dismiss the student athletes, come back to questions for coach. Again, please state your name and who your organization that you're with. Make sure everyone gets their turn. Go ahead with your opening statement, coach.
Yeah, I thought we played well enough to deserve to win, right? And it always comes down to one play, but it's not always the last play that it comes down to, right? It's a game within a game, and you win or lose games throughout the game, not just one play. So I thought we played well enough. We gave ourselves a chance. As a coach, when you lose some games and you just get beat, you got a sick feeling in your stomach, right? You're mad or whatnot. But when you think you played well enough to deserve to win, that's what really gets you as a coach, and I'm sure as a player too. So I thought we played great in the second half. Obviously scored 43 points, gave up a layup at the end, and had a chance with a layup at the end as well. So I'm proud of our team. Not the way we wanted to end. We will be back here though, and we will win games in this tournament.
Go ahead with questions for the student athletes. We'll start right here.
Eric, you Cruz, you go down with that injury there early in the second half, come back, just talk about how feeling in there down the stretch and getting big shots.
I think honestly, I really at the time felt it pretty heavily, and then kind of walked it off and didn't really feel it after that. I knew that I had to lock into what the game plan was going to be for us to give us a chance to win, and I'll try my best to do that. So, yeah.
Go ahead, Matt. Matt Zimmer, Sioux Falls Live. Tassos, just what was your reaction to the final play? What did you see on the play to Damani?
Obviously it was a really tough play. I think had like four guys on it, basically jumping, contesting a shot. I don't know if we would follow or not. All I'm gonna say, I think we executed well, last play, and obviously we didn't make it, but I'm just disappointed that it came down to that, and yeah.
How much does it hurt to lose a game like that?
Yeah, for sure it hurts. It's these guys, the group is special to me and to everybody, and it just hurts for sure.
Just the same question for you, Curtis. I just talked about just how the season as a whole, and just the team and just the feeling in the locker room back.
Yeah. The season was really good. Honestly, I enjoyed the season. I think Coach Peter did a great job of bringing us in and bringing us together, and putting us into a new kind of system, and he integrated us into it really well, and I think we fed off that, and we had some highs and lows, and you can tell by our emotions and the emotions in the locker room after the game that how much it meant to us to play for each other and play for Coach Peter and our staff and our school, and yeah, it's gutting for sure, and Coach says that it is about all the plays that come down to it, and we tried our best and did what we could. So yeah.
We'll go last question right here.
Tassos, does it feel like there's some momentum here though? I mean, today obviously you got the fans energized here. There was some excitement. That's the kind of stuff you guys have been talking about. You finished the season pretty strong.
Yeah, for sure. It's amazing, seeing all the fans out there, the energy, and obviously we feed off of that. And I think it was an amazing atmosphere overall, even before the tournament. I feel like, we're playing at home and everything. The fans are really supportive, and we love that, I feel like our whole team is very close, and that's what people understand about it, that we're, family actually. And that's why I feel we get all the support. And I mean, as you said, it was a good season overall, and I feel like it was just down to a play that it's tough, just tough. But as I said, I love this team. I love everybody, the coaching staff, the players, everybody. So it's just, it's a sick feeling right now, but eventually, I'm gonna be thinking back to it and be like, that's a team that I love to play with.
Thanks, guys. You two can head back to the locker room.
Thank you, guys.
Go ahead with questions for Coach.
Eric, what do you think on the last play?
I'm not sure I can comment on the last play. When you talk to the player, and Damani's one of our toughest kids and never complains about anything. And ironically, about 2 weeks ago, when we had a little adversity with our team, I met with Mason and Damani and just said, our program is going to be built on what you guys are about. They bring it every day in practice. They never complain. They show up. They're leaders. They're great people to be around. They love South Dakota. And so when you ask Damani what he felt, and maybe he feels it's a foul, you take his word for it, right? But it doesn't go just to that play, like I mentioned. It goes to the game within the game, right? We give up a right-hand drive to was it Miller that made that shot, which our job is to take away his right hand, and we didn't, and he went to the rim and made a basket, right? For a younger player at that age to make that play, it's an unbelievable play, right? And so I don't just look at that last play. You look at the game and how we, lost the game within the game, right? And that's what you try to get the players to understand. And I mean, you asked how tough that was for these guys. That's the reason these guys are here. Mason and Damani, they love this place so much. We couldn't get them to come out, right? If I had another hour, maybe, but that's how they're feeling right now in the locker room. And I'm really proud of those two guys, our two true seniors, and we'll see what happens with the other three guys.
Coach, you talked about just the moments that happened in the game. ESU goes on a run there in the first half, but you guys respond. And just talk about the back and forth nature of the game and just how it built the climax.
Yeah, in the first half, what were we, 1 for 11 from three? So at halftime, it was like, guys, we're going to start making some shots, right? We need to take good shots. We just need to stay with it. And we did, and came storming back in the second half and took the lead. So, I'm confident with this team on offense, right? It's defensively is where sometimes this year it's gotten a little out of hand. And, we're forcing Nelson to the baseline. And a lot of times we were late getting there, right? And he's already scoring by the time we're there, or we're there trying to take a charge, and maybe we're a little late on that as well. So I thought if there was one area that we really struggled was just getting to him earlier and making him a passer. But those games are fun. Like, what a fun environment. I had a lot of fans here. It was loud in there. I tell everybody this. I've been part of the Mountain West. I've been part of the Pac-12. This tournament's just as good as any of those tournaments, right? It's one of the best mid-major tournaments in the country. And that's why I'm excited to be the coach here and excited to get back and win some games here.
You talk about the game within the game. Obviously, the turnover was a big part of that game, right? In talking it through after the fact, like, was it general confusion or what exactly went on? What happened there?
Yeah, we didn't even talk about it. Cruz had it, and you just kind of think he's going to bring the ball up and just get it across half court, and he picked it up, right? And maybe he thought AJ was going to come get it, but we've never done that before, right? So there probably is confusion with Tassos flashing and try to get the ball against the press right there. That's not our press breaker. So probably some confusion. If I would have done it over again, I probably would have called timeout if I knew he was going to make that pass. But how do you know? And when it's going to Tassos, he's an excellent free throw shooter. And you're happy with that pass if we complete it.
Trent with the Arkansas coach, they finished twice as many free throw attempts as you guys. So how much of that affect kind of what happened in this game? How they get to the fouls pretty quickly there?
Man, you guys are making it tough on me. Yeah, it's hard when a team shoots twice as many free throws as you. It's really hard to win that game. It really is. And did we foul more? I thought we were on attack mode, right? They were coming into our double teams, which it's pretty rare when you double team the post or a drive that you do foul. So I guess I see the game a different way. But yeah, it takes away our runs, right? We always want to try to get to the free throw line and get fouled because it slows their runs down, right? So what happened to us? Same deal. They're shooting free throws. We can't get 2 or 3 baskets in a row with the stop, right? Because they're at the free throw line, and they missed some free throws too, right? But yeah, that's hard to swallow.
Coach, obviously this team was picked preseason number 3, so maybe the expectations were pretty high with some of the experience you had back. Kind of hard to describe what a roller coaster this ended up being. What will this program ultimately take away from a year that it kind of had that was really, I guess, just a roller coaster ride?
Yeah, I mean, I think I would say over the last 3 weeks to 4 weeks, our guys really knew what we expected out of them in the culture we're trying to build. It's my fault, right? I was out for a month and I lost a month with these guys. And that's why it was really hard for me in the locker room afterwards, because I wasn't ready to be done with those guys yet, right? I got shortchanged by a month, and but that's on me. But I think they realize, if you can't defend consistently, it's hard to win games, and it's hard to win games in a tournament style if you're not a great defensive team. And I've said this all the time. Other than the COVID year, the team that's gone to the NCAA tournament has been 1 or 2 in defense in the league every single year. So I think our guys know moving forward, that's where we're trying to get to. And, you know, over the last month or so, I think we really realized that. And when we weren't good on defense, we weren't very good. And when we were, we had a chance in every single game. So the defense, the toughness factor, the Gator mentality type deal, we're trying to build that thing. And going back to what I told Mason and Damani, we're going to build it the right way. So we're good every year. You know, I was here once for 4 years, right? And I felt like when we did leave, that the program was set up for success, right? If we would have stayed, we would have been good for a long time because of what we built with the culture and the players that we had in our program. So I know it's not an easy task, but that's why I took the job, right? Because I believe in this place and I love South Dakota. So that's where this program's going. It's going based on everything Damani and Mason are about. And then we'll see what happens with those other 3 guys, but they're about the right stuff every single day. Don't complain, show up, lunch pal, they're ready to work, they're ready to lead. And that's what we will be about.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.